Alright, I think this is we're gonna go over the Bleach powers now.
Their abilities.
They are stupid.
Some of them are just mainly just to show off coolness.
I'm just gonna have this be said right now. I don't know too many of the powers, nor do I know their names because they.
That's what I'm here for.
I remember their powers and what they do. So, no, I don't know their names. He knows their names. I don't take the time to know their names.
Okay. Well, we're going to start off with the Shinigami. I believe I already talked about Keto, right? Spells.
I don't know.
Spells.
Spells, was it?
Like Hado and Bakudo, number whatever. Did I talk about that yet?
Well, no.
Okay, so I'll explain it now. So Shinigami are capable of shooting spells that are either called Bakudo, which is binding spells, or Hado, which is destructive spells, and they're numbered from 1 to 99, and on like a bottom to up scale. Basically.
The only one that I can remember off the top of my head is the one that
Lightning.
the one that Rukia used to bind Ichigo in the
very first one.
The very first chapter.
I don't know how they use Keto. I'm assuming it's just natural born to Shinigami.
Up to the point that I stopped reading it, I don't honestly think that they really used it ever again.
No, they did. They did use it plenty of times. Just that Keto isn't really that useful.
No, it's not at all.
Like honestly, it never finished off in single. Like at best, it annoyed the opponent.
Yeah, that was all they were good for.
They just annoyed the opponent.
Yeah, that's why I never understood them. It was like
there's no point to them. You might as well just go and use your Zanpakuto, like most of them did. But some of them were like, "Oh, let's use Bakudo. You're just wasting your time here."
And that really doesn't make any sense why you would want to use them anyway, because your Zanpakuto is the only thing that can defeat them. It's not going to hurt them. The Zanpakuto, the reason that they are there is to purify the hollow.
And
it's not going to hurt them.
Abilities.
I think the only reason you should use them is if you're going to slow them down like a stun grenade, but that's it. It should be something you use.
But they're sort of useful, but... And then didn't they say like each one is stronger than the other one, but Byakuya uses number 4 and fucking blows a hole through Ichigo's shoulder. That was number 4.
What?
He Hado number 4, Byakuya. It shoots like a bolt of lightning from your fingertips or something. You're a fucking Sith Lord now.
No, we are now firebenders apparently.
Yes, apparently. So yeah, he blows a hole through his shoulder in this Bankai state of upscaling.
Okay, so
now let's move on to the Zanpakutos.
So please tell me what a Zanpakuto is.
Okay. Zanpakutos are forged by a single man in Soul Society. Spoiler alert. No. Okay. Let me expand upon that.
Okay.
Zanpakutos start off as a blank sword. Basically, it's just a normal sword at first, forged. And when a Shinigami trains in the academy to learn this Zanpakuto thing, okay, he has to learn its name. It's the name is already given to the Zanpakuto.
Why that's important?
Because the trope calling out your attacks, fucking Kamehameha. That's basically what. Same thing with Naruto. The fucking fireball. Why do you scream out your jutsu? It just confuses me.
It's really. Oh my god. This doesn't make any sense because this is what I always thought Zanpakuto was. It's not hard to categorize what you think the Zanpakuto is. Just walking in and wondering, what is that? Well, I always figured it was just projection of your soul energy. I mean, it's a very easy explanation. It's not that hard, but you said they were forged.
Yeah, they're forged. They're as a blank sword at first, called Asochi. And as you keep training with them, you have to
Then how do you get them?
You have to go Zen mode and learn their names. Because each Zanpakuto is sentient and has their own different spirit energy.
What?
Or spiritual pressure.
But... Oh...
Identical to the user, but with subtle differences, or should I say.
There does not need to be this much complexity in a concept
for a power
that's very not hard to screw up. The only reason we're calling this out is because it is so complex that it is just stupid and sometimes directly outright contradicts itself. why does your sword need a name? Why is your sword more powerful when you know its name? Why is your sword, that is a visual representation of your own soul and the power that it holds, forged by someone else?
I thought it was supposed to be personal.
Yeah, like, what's a good example? I don't even have a good example. Like, no, there isn't a good example. It's just, this isn't hard to screw up. It's not. It's a projection of your own powers.
But it's not. I thought a Zanpakuto was just generated by your own being. Like,
yes.
as when you start training as a soul reaper, it appears. That's what I thought it was. Wait, and that brings up the question: if they were forged by a guy, who gives it to them?
Yeah, exactly. So, that was what I was trying to say.
Like, can anyone just sneak into like the storage room and grab one of those Asochi and start like just winging it around a couple times and get like a fucking power up? Like, I mean, swear to God, there would be like sieges upon like the fucking Soul Society just to get these swords.
It makes everything so much more complicated, so, like, when you say that it's forged by someone.
Can you say like a Quincy can go into Soul Society and steal one, make one, or maybe even a human, like, or a Hime or Chad, you just randomly pick one up and start swinging it a couple times and fucking get a Zanpakuto? Like,
this should be the simplest power that we're going to discuss, but it's not. It's actually probably one of the more complex ones. It's not in a good way.
And Tite changed this just for the plot's convenience. Just to give another power up.
There was no reason for it to happen either.
No, there really wasn't no reason at all. So let's go down the list. Yes, this whole video is dedicated to listing every single power in Bleach that we found. And just remember, most of them are not connected with each other at all.
They have no reason to be connected with
each other. They have no reason to be connected at all. Yes, I understand it's supposed to be personal upon the soul.
But it went out the window when the sword did not come from the soul, so screw you.
Yeah.
We are making this list because we love you, Tite Kubo, for giving us this fodder to laugh at. Because it's just
ridiculous.
It's amazing.
Now, don't get me wrong. It was okay. I bought it. I don't know about you, but I bought all the power-ups up until after Aizen. After that, it just became so stupid.
No.
In my opinion.
Wait, after Aizen as in Hekomundo?
After he invades. Because then all other upgrades at that point was just so fucking stupid.
Or, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But, I just...
Okay.
Maybe we should... Maybe... No, never mind. Just keep going.
Want to go down the list then? Ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's start off with Ichigo. Here's a Zangetsu. It's that cleaver thing.
Which is so stupid. Wait, the cleaver as in the giant fuck-off butcher knife?
Yes.
That is the stupidest blade. It's the dumbest design for a blade.
He normally loves BF swords, like big fucking swords.
Oh, you have no idea.
He normally loves the shit out of them.
You have no idea. I love Buster Swords. I love the Claymores and Claymore. I love how they can just swing them around. The rapier. I love frigging Sephiroth. He can just giant freaking sword. You don't even see him hit. It's just these flurries of silver and stuff. But when you show me a black butcher knife is an upgrade to a katana, you need to rethink what you think is cool, okay?
And don't get me wrong, okay. I research a shit ton of weapons, okay? This guy could testify.
Yeah.
I know how like the forging process of a sword goes. I know the functions of swords, like if a katana, like you slash with it, one side is sharp, the other side is blunt, so you put more weight behind the slash. If you have like a curved blade, that's more for slashing as well. And straight, it's probably double edged, you know, for stabbing. Yeah. And chainmail is like weak against stabbing moves, and plates like just, you know, I know
he's much more into this than I am.
Yes, I am quite the freak when it comes to
I'm into the style, he's into the functionality.
Now,
he likes the style too.
Like fucking size, you know, like you catch blades with them and break it off like that. That is interesting. Now, a butcher knife. Why don't you just have a freaking machete?
Why do you think that's cool? It's just... It's not. Because, okay, the first thing I ever saw of Bleach was Ichigo holding the butcher knife behind his back. And I know that's not the first blade he starts with, but that's the one you see the most. If you know anything about Bleach, you've seen this picture.
Actually, he's in Bunkai State most of his fucking...
Not even. I mean, not even that, because that stupid butcher knife. I can't get over that stupid butcher knife because that's not the first form it has. The first form is a katana, as it should be.
Its ability is so unoriginal.
What is it?
You know what it is.
What?
On.
Just
he screams it out every time he shoots it.
Just the
Getsuga Tensho.
The black wave.
Actually, Getsuga Tensho was initially blue. You can use it in Shikai. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Shikai's initial release to basically meet like it just meets like the user is just like I don't know like it would just change into a weapon that suits you I guess it just suits I think
which is stupid because it should already do that.
Yeah, but whatever. And then Bankai.
Okay,
Bankai.
Okay, you're gonna have to go into Bankai because I would like to give this a categorization other than Super Saiyan form number 2.
You have to materialize your Zanpakuto.
Don't you say otherwise. You know it's exactly what it is.
You have to materialize your Zanpakuto spirit into the physical world and basically subjugate it. You subjugate it and basically...
I'm sorry, can you speak in human tongue? Please try that again. I was just...
You have to bring it under control. And prove your worth to it.
Oh my god.
And once you do... Oh! But! If it still does not find you worthy, it can withdraw its full potential.
Why is it serving you if it doesn't think you're even worthy? If that happens, why does Aizen have a sword?
We're gonna go into that later.
Why does Aizen have it? Why does anyone who is technically bad have it if they're not the devil and are so soulless that they can trick an entity that is not even human?
Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna try to lower on the screaming a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do that because it screwed up the audio.
We watched the last video. It was when we were screaming, we just heard like this big noise. We apologize.
Mm-hmm.
We really do.
We didn't headphones.
Yeah, we didn't mean for you to like make your ears bleed. We apologize.
This
topic, I know this video.
This topic makes us angry. Me more than most.
This video is gonna be your biggest grievances, and I know you're gonna like rage a lot, but keep your voice down.
I know. Right. I need to.
Okay, so alright, where were we? Okay. So Bankai, after you subjugate it and you get the Bankai form, apparently it takes around 5 to 10 years to do it. Okay. And
Why do they even say that? Why do they even say that?
And then you have to take additional years to master it.
Throw all of this information out the window, by the way, because that doesn't happen.
To Ichigo, at least.
Yeah, because he is special.
No, see, they make it... Urahara makes a contraption that makes you get your Bankai in 2 to 3 days, but if you fail, you die.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Deus Ex Machine. God in the Machine.
Oh my god. You're serious.
I'm not kidding.
Pull up a picture of this machine. Now. I did not know this. I thought he just did it out of sheer, like, strength of will. I guess that's not enough.
Bullshit.
Why do you tell me that something is gonna last?
It materializes your forcefully materializes your Zanpakuto spirit. Look it up. It looks fucking stupid. It really does. Like, the best way I can describe it is like it's a fucking like cardboard like print of a
person,
Slenderman or something.
Why? Why? It's just I can't believe this. I really can't. Why? Why do you even give me? Why do you even try telling me that there are parameters that large and that extensive,
but you're gonna break it?
But you break them literally like in this within 5 chapters. Let's say 5. Let's be nice to say 5 chapters.
3.
Oh god. This is.
Yeah. Now onwards down the list, right? Onwards down the list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I have nothing else to say about this. Unless I start sounding like a broken record. And even, you know this, I have to say that I sound like a broken record on a daily basis when I get into discussion about this. Because there's really not much to say beyond the fact that this is stupid. I wish there were words. I wish I could find the vernacular to describe this. this. There are none. I really can't. Because I didn't know that happened.
He's pointing at my computer, by the way.
Yeah, he has a computer over here off screen.
Okay, well,
I guess we have to keep going on this.
Yeah, then we have Tensa Zangetsu. That's Ichigo's Bankai. I like it.
Was it the black katana?
The black katana.
Yeah, of course.
He basically stores all of the energy from Bankai and stores it into a single katana, and that is cool. No, okay. Now, what pisses me off is that when it's revealed what his Bankai was, it was proven he can perform hypersonic combat. Okay, he's literally so fast.
Pause. Hypersonic combat.
Okay, let me.
Pause.
He can go at like very fast pace and create after images from the speed, basically.
Full stop. Pause.
What?
On the brakes. Supersonic.
Not sonic. I'm sorry. Hyperspeed. It's called hyperspeed.
In the spirit world. We are bringing physics into the spirit world.
Well, it said hyperspeed. I misworded that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's
okay,
It's hyperspeed combat.
Alright. I'll save that. Don't forget that, though, because that is another argument entirely. Okay, next. See, what is it called?
Hold on.
Getsuka. What?
Tensa Zangetsu? Yeah, he's not a big fan of. Okay,
no.
I'm Asian. I appreciate the Japanese words. He doesn't. Tensa Zangetsu.
I don't appreciate names for techniques anyway. In general, you shouldn't need that.
Well, people can give it a name. I just don't like it when they scream it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kamehameha is one thing, but that's one of the only. Even when Piccolo uses Special Beam Cannon, he doesn't even say its name that often.
Hellzone Grenade.
Yes. He didn't even name it Hellzone Grenade. He just shoots it off.
He didn't?
No, he didn't say its name. And a lot of times when they sometimes when they use Kamehameha, they don't say its name.
No, they don't need to. Okay, they get to this point where they fire it with a palm. So yeah, of course they don't need to Kamehameha.
No. But they don't. Even if they do shout out the name, it's not gonna make a difference. They're all energy blasts.
I mean, why would you? It's just a matter of practicality.
No.
Why would you shout out the attack?
Like Naruto?
Yes. I mean, Jesus.
Like, you could be doing this with the Chidori. You cannot say Chidori. You know what they should do? They should be like Rasengan. And like the opponent will be like, what the fuck? What? And he gets confused and he like prepares himself to like put up like a defense or something like that. But then like, it's not the Rasengan, it's the Chidori.
Any writers out there who are thinking of satire elements to use, you should totally have this where the hero shouts like a power name and then like the hero. No, the villain's just like, he's like in mid-attack, and he's just like, and gets killed because he's like surprised that he just screamed out some random name that he will never hear again.
No, it's like when you shout out like Fireball Jutsu or something, I was like, oh, Fireball, okay, it's not Fireball Water. Like just right off the bat.
Like, I mean, put yourself in this guy's perspective. This guy just shouted out a gibberish. Gibberish, absolute gibberish.
That's like in the army in like World War II. Is that when they started using grenades? World War I or World War II?
Yeah, like World War in general.
It's just the wars, okay? It's like in the shuttle. Oh, hand grenade! Throws it down, down to the foot.
And the guys are just like, what the fuck? It's like if I. It's like if I loaded up a shotgun with a solid slug. I was like, solid slug.
In martial arts, after you're fighting these,
the guy was confused 1 second before the top half of his cranium got split open.
No, it's like in martial arts. It's like, oh, okay, straight jab, pull, and they're like roundhouse kick, pull, like that.
Butterfly kick, house, and everyone
suplex.
Let's be honest.
Careful guys. Be careful what you call out because you might go suplex yourself.
Yeah, you might suplex yourself. No, but like,
I love Final Fantasy 6.
But it's just they wouldn't wear themselves out because they were beating the living shit out of each other. They'd wear themselves out because they're out of breath. They're screaming these names out.
Back on topic.
All right,
we kind of diverged.
All right, because we were going back to the powers, going back to the Zanpakutos, going back to Ichigo's.
Tensa Zangetsu. Okay. Hyperspeed combat. He's literally so fast he creates after images, okay? He outspeeds Byakuya, and he can literally stab you twice before you realize it. He can create after image clones of him, okay? And that goes out the window the following arc when he just uses Bankai for a Getsu potential upgrade.
Oh, you're that fast? Well, I'm faster. Well, you're that fast? I'm fasterer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fastest.
I'm fastest-er. But yeah,
that's another discussion that will probably be at the end of this.
But literally afterwards, his Bankai is only used to upgrade his Getsu potential. Which is which I remind you is one of the most unoriginal moves of all time. He really just shoots out a slash beam.
Yeah, you know who else does that? Cloud.
Yeah, man, a bunch of other sword anime.
Cloud does that. I'm pretty sure
original.
Trunks does that.
Yeah, he does in the game.
Son of a bitch.
It's not original. Why the hell would you go that far?
I can see.
Like you couldn't even use it like ingeniously. Like okay, no what bugs the fuck out of me?
What?
It's the fact that he fights his hollow not once but twice, right? And
what?
Yeah, he fights his inner hollow not once but twice.
Okay, keep going.
But the thing is that he actually the hollow actually shows ingenuity, like cunning with his abilities. Like the first time he fought him, like you know, with the big cleaver, he has like a little bandage around him, right?
It's stupid bandage.
Okay, well. The thing is, the hollow shows you why he uses it. He can spin it and use it like a dart, like a freaking dart, and like throw it back. That's original.
That would be cool.
See, the hollow knows how to fucking use his Zanpakuto. He could have swung it around like a ranged blade.
That's not original.
No, it's not. But it's
Kratos does that.
Yeah,
and those chains.
Not original.
Those chains, may I remind you, are wrapped around his arm to the point that they cut through his skin. He uses it off the bat. Kratos uses it off the bat. This, no.
Yeah, but his hollow did show like ingenuity when you use it like that. To be honest,
because our main character can't be that smart.
No, of course not. Not even after he witnessed it. And then in the second fight, when he was fighting for control over for the Hollow Mask thing, like he literally just like locked swords with Ichigo, right? And literally shot off a Getsu potential in his face.
Ooh,
he shot it in his face.
Ooh, that's good.
And
that's cool.
And no, when he was fighting Byakuya, you know what he did?
What?
He shot a Getsu potential, right? He and Byakuya backed away, right? He teleported to the other side, shot another Getsu potential. You know what he did then? He teleported right next to Byakuya and hold him in place as the two Getsu potentials collided in on him.
Ooh.
Why can't he do that? Literally, Ichigo's just like, and after that, he just shoot that Getsu potential. Like, literally! That's what he does! He just goes Super Saiyan, just shoots it out. Like,
and of course it hits.
No,
most of the time it doesn't.
Most of the time, the opponent just no-sells him.
I stood still, screamed really loudly, shot at him, and he...
As my opponent stood still. No, and laughed as the opponent stood still and took it on like a man and just, like, brushed it off.
He was just like...
What was that supposed to be? No, it's like in wrestling, it's like if they try to, like, pile drive you, you just gotta stand the floor moment, and you start going, like,
oh, I felt a draft.
He's like fucking like bitch smacking. I was like, and you're just like, and like you just go like, it doesn't hurt. It's fake. Like he just no sells it.
I feel a draft. Oh my
god.
Okay, so that's Ichigo. But that is not all, right?
No, we got more.
That's it?
We got plenty more.
Wait, that's it?
No.
For him?
Yeah, that's it for him. Yes, like she tried a Bankai.
Wait, what about the thing you showed me when he went up against Lukiora?
Hollows for that.
Oh, okay, never mind. Alright. Oh, well.
No, that's a whole other thing. It's called Vizards. Or, yeah, Vizards. That's a whole other thing. We discussed that in our previous video. They are Shinigami with hollow powers. Which is cool. The characters are cool. I can't complain. Because that's cool. And it's cool. Dumb. It's corrupted. And like Soul Society just kicked them out because of that. Because they have hollow powers. That's cool. I'm not gonna lie. I can't complain. I'm not gonna lie. Soul Societies are a bunch of like bigoted assholes. Jesus. Soul Society is just stupid. Yeah. Okay, and now we have Renji's. That is Zabimaru. Renji? Yeah, Renji. How do you forget him? Red dude. The guy with the guy with the chainmail sword? Yeah, basically. Like spiky red hair tied in the ponytail. Okay, if you screw up this weapon,
you should not be allowed to write. Okay? This is one of the coolest weapons you could ever conceive. Alright? This is awesome. Alright? Go.
Stretching sword thing?
Yes! Well, just the fact that always captured my, like, attention is just so cool. Because, like I said, with, like, Kratos, it's not his sword, but he swings it around like a freaking whip, and it cuts everything in its path. That is one of the coolest weapons you could possibly make. Freaking Genos Hazard from Black Cat has wires made of orichalcum.
You're gonna like deafen like the watchers.
They can't be broken, and they cut through everything in their path.
Actually, I like Renji's Zanpakuto. It's pretty cool. The thing is, you can actually he can like manipulate it through mentally, right? So he can actually no. Hear me out.
Okay, go.
He can wrap it around someone and just like kind of do it this, and you'll like cut into like by squeezing them, like kind of like a snake, you know? They can cut into them like that.
You should be able to do that in general,
but it's kind of hard actually in physics. In physics, that would not be possible. Come on.
Because Tite Kubo realized, oh shit, I can't do that in real life. Let's have him control it with his mind.
Oh, and here's the cool part. If in the event that it's broken, the Shikai is broken.
What, go?
Oh, I forgot to say this.
Like Shikai?
Yeah. No, okay, I'll go over it next, after this. If his Shikai is broken, right, then he can, like, you know how, like, it's attached by wires, right? Like metal wires?
Yeah.
Well, if in the case that his Shikai is broken, he can use the shards and use it as shrapnel to, like, convert them and, like, they plan. So, that's, hey.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
No.
What?
No, you can't sell me on that because that's just dumb.
How?
Why doesn't he just break it? Why doesn't he just break his sword in general and just use it like that?
You can only use it once.
Bullshit. Does he use it once?
I think he used it once and never used it again, unless it was filler.
So we have an endgame here. We have a kill zone grenade made of blades.
Hellzone.
We see a Hellzone grenade attack here. Made of blades. And what do they do with it?
Like, you know how like there's like chunks of like the sword?
Yeah, there's different pieces. There's different like levels of it, yeah.
And if it's broken off, you can use the controller and like use the blades to like pierce the weapon.
There is no way you should lose. None. They never use it again.
No. But then he has fucking Bankai. And here's my issue. You know something? They said if your Bankai is broken, it can never return to its original state.
Wait, his Bankai is broken? Alright,
Bankai.
Go, you keep going.
Not Shikai, Bankai. If your Bankai is broken, its Bankai will never be the same.
Alright, keep going.
Renji's first Bankai was not the complete one because his Zanpakuto didn't acknowledge him. Of course, this is just Tite Kubo's excuse for power.
Wait. The big snake thing?
Yes.
That didn't acknowledge him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So his first one is called Hihio Zabumaru. Should I say the translations? Or just leave it as Japanese, just to make it sound
leave it, but explain the power.
Okay.
Which you're obviously going to do.
Of course I am. Okay, there's this one. It's basically like an upgraded version of the Shikai, basically. It's longer, faster, bigger, can crush you with its jaws.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
And apparently he can channel his spiritual power. You can channel spiritual power.
You have like 5 choices to choose from when you want to do the whole power discussion. Let's see.
I don't know. I actually don't know if it's Reiatsu or spiritual power or spiritual pressure anymore.
You have Reishi, you have spiritual power, you have spiritual pressure. No, what's the other one?
That's it.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Why 3? Okay, anyways.
Why do we have 3 power sources, you guys? Please.
So you can shoot his spirit. I'm just gonna call it energy, okay? You can channel energy. He can channel energy through like all the segments of his Bankai, and basically just launch it from like his Bankai's mouth and shoot like a cannonball energy blast, I guess.
Oh wait, you're serious?
Yeah, it's called Ikotsu Taiho.
So he can fire. He's a fire in his laser.
Yeah, basically. Baboon bone cannon.
His bone. You know
it's
that awesome,
translated into baboon bone cannon.
So that big fuck off snake. It's not actually used for anything. It's just a cannon.
That's basically.
Am I wrong?
It's its ultimate attack.
Am I wrong?
Well, then,
does it attack?
Yeah, it can, but it's not much different from a Shikai at all.
Oh my god.
But, you know what? That wasn't its true power.
Oh yeah, because we have to go through the name thing.
Yeah. So, apparently, if the Zanpakuto does not reveal to you its true name, you don't get to use the rest of its power.
If you thought that was stupid, let's give you something more stupid.
Oh, Kame. Oh, my bad. It just kind of puffs out. I guess I can't use that move then.
And the thing breaks?
It can. No,
So what were you talking about when it breaks? What happened?
You have to retrain or something. I don't know.
Did he have to retrain?
He did some bullshit with the squad.
He broke? They broke his Bankai. The baboon cannon thing looks like a snake.
Yeah.
That broke.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, because I don't know this.
Okay, well,
I didn't even know the character. I just saw his Bankai. I knew his sword.
Broke, and then he has to retrain with this Royal Squad and Spirit King. We haven't gotten into that. Anyway, Spirit King has their own squad called Squad Zero.
Maybe we should talk about the Spirit King. No, but that's characters.
No, we're gonna put that in history. Anyways, so there's a special squad. There's a special squad that basically trains you in case of dire need, because Eisen wasn't big enough a threat apparently. That's why they intervened. No,
they just mentioned themselves. Too.
Quincy's were much more dangerous. Of course they are. Anyways,
I was lucky that didn't hurt anything.
Andrew retrained and got a new Bankai, and it's, in my opinion, so much lamer.
What's his new Bankai?
He gets an arm blade and a giant baboon arm.
Please pull this up. Please, I have to see this. If you thought that was cool and you're watching this, please leave. Oh my god. Oh my god. It looks like a cast. You put on for a broken arm. I mean, the sword looks kind of cool, but what's with his left arm?
No, see, that's his arm right here. He just has another arm.
Oh my god.
And you know what this special ability is?
What is it?
Well, it's kind of cool.
What is it? Just tell me.
He stabs it into his opponent, clenches his fist, and like this one. Let me pull up the picture. What was it called?
This is so dumb. So dumb.
Is that what it's called?
I have no idea.
No, Zegatepo? I forget what it's called.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Let's keep going then.
Yeah, sure.
Well, he's gonna pull that up,
But basically what it does is that he stabs someone and clenches his fist, and like this energy in the form of like a snake's mouth kind of clenches in and then like burns the opponent to crits, because
That's stupid. Okay. You said that was cool.
It's kind of cool, I guess.
No, I mean, there are things.
It was aesthetically appealing, I guess. Like you said, the art's pretty damn good.
Like what arc?
Hold on, let me pull it up. I mean, I
guess his sword looks kind of cool, but
No, I mean like the attack itself looks aesthetically pretty cool. I guess that's pretty much all this manga's about: aesthetics.
That's not cool. If that's
the concept, the concept is not cool.
It's not cool if that's the like extent of like the coolness.
It has to be more than that. We just found out about his Bankai Soul, Hihio, Orochiyo, Zagatepo.
Zagatepo, I have no idea.
Let me look that up for you, so you know what it looks like.
Should look up a video of it, I guess. Well, actually, no, actually don't.
There's no anime. Wait, no, that's not it. Here we go. That's the one. So he stabs it into him, clenches his fist, and like this snake mouth goes in, and basically clenches it and explodes and turns him into a crisp.
It's just flashy.
It's flashy, but the
It's
concept.
just flashy.
So basically, it's a fire Zanpakuto.
I'm not even going to justifying this one.
Next.
Next, please.
Okay, we have. Oh, do you remember Ikaku? Bald guy. Staff weapon.
Oh, the guy with the Shaolin staff. Yes,
Ikaku.
I liked him. He's not awful.
His is a Hozuki model, and it transforms his sword into a Naginata. I'm gonna say this right now. Why is like does each Zanpakuto just decide like, oh well, I'm just going to be better than the other Zanpakutos and give you like an OP Shikai? Because this guy just got the staff weapon. No special properties. The only thing it can do is extend itself because it can separate into segments, but compared to like
pull it up again because I haven't seen it in a long time. I do remember when I first saw it, I actually didn't think it was too awful. Not bad. Yes. Oh no. His was actually kind of cool. No, I liked it. Yeah, it's not bad.
And
let's go into just let's
then
go on.
Bankai Ryomon Hozukimaru. That's pretty cool. It turns out
this is cool.
His axe on like here, two twin blades are here, and the concept of it was pretty cool actually.
And this guy looks like a Shaolin monk. I mean, it fits him perfectly. That's a really good.
So there's like a dragon crest on the big blade right here, right? And as it fills up gradually over time, it gets stronger, more durable, sharper, and it just explodes his spiritual pressure basically, and that's pretty cool.
His is really good. I liked his a lot, but I don't get why does this need to be a blade? It's not. Does he use it?
He can. He can twist it to create like a tornado blade effect thingy. I don't know.
Okay, that brought it down a little.
Whatever. Okay, next. That's filler. Okay, next one is Hisagi. I don't know if you remember him.
Who's Hisagi?
You probably don't know. He's the lieutenant of like the blind guy.
Blind guy.
Yeah, I don't think you've
blind
guy. Basically, he transforms into like these two It transforms into Kusarigama. You know what that is, right?
No.
You don't?
I don't know the name.
Tsubaki's weapon from Soul Eater. The initial form.
Wait. What were they called?
Kusarigama.
Yes, I remember. But look it up though.
Kazeshi. It turns into Kusarigama.
Ooh, that actually looks kind of cool.
And when he throws it, it can. How the fuck does that spin?
It doesn't. It shouldn't.
It spins. It's like this long, and apparently it can spin.
Even though it shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't.
And is that the character?
This guy?
The guy, the red guy. Who's the red guy?
That's his Zanpakuto spirit.
It looks like
it's filler.
It looks like Deadpool.
It's
in a
filler.
really stupid way.
It's filler. You can't count that. We're not counting filler here. We're counting on the manga.
Sounds good to me. I don't want to have to talk about that monstrosity.
But yeah, so he can throw it and it spins and cuts him and can retract it with the chain.
What?
Yeah, you can like use a chain.
I want to go into discuss about that one, but no, we got a lot more to go.
He's not important.
Okay,
here's one. Okay, this is pretty stupid.
Who's?
It's the fox guy. What's his name? Sajin Komamura?
Why is there a furry in here? Why? Let's be honest with ourselves, okay? Why is this here? Why did it have to look like a fox?
It could have just been like a.
And I swear, if one of you out there is singing "What Does a Fox Say," I really hope you die of cancer, okay? Bite me.
This
is not cool. This isn't cool. The fact that he looks like a fox. I have a guy who could look like a wolf, but I'd call it a werewolf. It's not cool.
Anyways, his Zanpakuto is called Tenkin. It's pretty damn lame.
What does it do?
He can materialize huge parts of his body.
Oh my god.
So he'll be like, he'll go like punch like this, right? And like this, like out of butt fucking nowhere, like off screen, a giant arm just comes down and punches the mofo in the face.
And then then humanity received a grim reminder of the Titans.
Pretty much. Okay, his Bankai. Damn, his Bankai is underwhelming. Bankai. What is this? Kokujo Tengen Myo. Wow, I actually can say that.
Something on your eyebrow. Your left eyebrow.
This one?
Yes! You disgust me.
Oh, that's what was hanging in my vision.
Wow.
There's like something like hanging the whole time. I was like trying to like.
Wow.
Take it off. I was like, on my eyebrow.
I'm impressed. Not really.
Anyways, so his Bankai, it basically sounds like this gigantic armored mofo, and that mimics his moves.
What was that? What was that thing that really pissed you off in Naruto with Sharingan?
Susanoo?
Yes. Isn't that this?
Not really. Because Susanoo is OP, this one isn't. Anyways, this one, okay, so his Bankai is one of the very few Bankais that do not get shattered if it's broken, because apparently any damage you do to the Bankai is reflected on the user. Think about that. That's a Bankai. So strong, right?
I don't want to think about it because it's just so...
No, okay. Let me put it in perspective.
Wow.
Let me put this in perspective, right? You got this gigantic warrior, right?
Uh-huh.
And reflects damage on the user. So basically, you just put like a
gigantic target.
Yes,
on
a
the guy.
story-high target. Why don't you just go up to it and stab it in the eyeball?
Even a guy who's has an AK-47 is just spraying and praying has more of a chance to hurt you.
Yeah.
If that thing can take damage and inflict it on you, that is no. Let me repeat, no tactical advantage to them.
And this guy, since he's a fox dude, apparently he's part of some clan, he can rip out his heart and turn into human form, where he is immortal, until he regresses back to fox form.
This is taking a toll on me. I'm not kidding. I'm not. This is...
Oh,
why do you want us to take in all of this stuff?
Remember, this guy does not know most of the Bleach.
This isn't even half of the things that we're going to go over.
This is his raw reaction.
This is not half of the stuff that we go over, and this is coming from some guy.
Here it is. Here it is.
Jesus.
Here it is. Here it is.
Shut up.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh no. Oh no.
You know
what is it? It's one of many. What is it?
It's pink hair girls.
Oh,
Lieutenant
no.
Kenpachi Sadaki.
This was revealed. Shut up.
This was revealed.
Shut up.
No. I'm telling you. It was revealed literally last chapter by this date.
And he told me this 2 days ago.
Okay, so it's unavoidable because it hits before and after the initial swing.
I'm trying not to say anything. Keep going. Go.
What happens is she has these one midget and one giant beings. I don't know what the fuck they are. One looks like a fluff ball. Another one looks like a freaking demon, hollow.
Where did these things come from? Jesus. Oh my god.
So what's called Sanko, I bet.
This.
No, that's not it.
It is so stupid.
Here it is.
What the fuck?
That's what I said.
What is that? What the fuck? I thought it was just after images because... Oh.
So these things mimic her blade. And basically she hits 3 times. And it's unavoidable because it hits before and after.
Okay, this is where I get my turn to say what I wanted to say. Remember
Go for it.
With the tag thing. Okay. Because he revealed this to me, not yet, yesterday, actually.
Yesterday.
You told me this yesterday. Okay. What I said was, because I've been going on and on and on and on and on and on and on about the stupidity of these powers. There's only so much more I can honest to God, say about them. I want to say that they're stupid, but I've said that already. I want to say that they make no sense, but I've said that already. And then there are things that disprove both of the things I just said.
You're probably deafening the watcher right now.
Yeah, there are things that disprove both of the things I just said. I mean, some of them aren't stupid. Some of them do make a bit of sense. They're all over the place. So, yesterday, I finally thought up a good analogy. This is like when you're a kid and you make a game of tag, and you get mad because the guy you just tagged is tagging you again. So you just look at the guy and you're like, well, I get well, you're it because I tagged you. And you're like, well, I made the game and I get to make the rules, so it means I don't have to be it if you tag me. That's what this is. He realized, like, you thought my power was cool. Well, my power is cooler. You think his power is cooler? Mine is coolest.
And then mine's coolester.
And then mine is bestest. And his is best.
Anyways. So that's hers.
There's no way you can possibly lose. None. You just made your own rules that you will probably break soon.
You hit them no matter what, because you hit thrice.
There is no way you can lose. It's like if you're playing tag with a guy you hate, and you say, if we tag you, and you tag someone else, they're not it. You're still it. There's no way you can win. There's no way you can lose.
Oh, well, it's 47 minutes. And we only went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, let's keep going.
Six of them. That's not even.
Because we haven't gotten to the thing that made me just stop reading this in blind rage. We haven't gotten to them.
Poison.
No.
The captain, like science captain.
Science guy.
Okay. Yeah, I guess
Science guy.
Here's another one. Okay, so apparently. Oh, okay. So you remember like the metrosexual along with the shallow monk, like his partner?
Which one?
The one with like the feathers going out from his eyes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so his is called. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you call it your Zanpakuto a different name from what it's supposed to be, you lessen its power.
Oh bullshit.
So this guy,
you lessen its power.
This guy calls it Fuji Kujaku, and that means Washia peacock. Yeah, it's some it's some color I don't know how to pronounce. Anyways,
Oh my god!
I don't know how to pronounce the color.
Oh my god! For real?
Some vague color peacock.
This is like if in Soul Eater, if Maka was able to make, it's like if she was able to make Soul more powerful by saying his name and got it wrong. Let's go, Spirit Chewer. My name is not Spirit Chewer. I don't care. It's Spirit Chewer. Oh, God.
You're probably deafening the viewer.
So you're running into battle screaming Spirit Chewer when not only the enemy and the audience thinks you're an idiot, but your weapon thinks you're an idiot.
So yeah, so when he says it by like his false name,
say it again.
I don't know how to pronounce the color.
Let me see this. Highlight it. I gotta do
It's
this.
not there. I'm just wrong here. It's like Washia peacock. Peacock. Fuck. Wisteria. Oh, I'm bad. I
What
way
is it?
off. Wisteria peacock. It's a color. Fuji Kujaku. And since it's Zanpakuto thinks since Zanpakuto hates his guts for giving it like his least favorite color, because like that's his least favorite color, it really just becomes like a sickle, but just multiple sickles. Let me pull it up. It looks like this.
This is more like tolling that I thought. What, can they move?
Nope. Just like that.
They're just stuck like that.
Yeah, they're just stuck like that.
What is the practicality of this? Is it so hard to learn the name of your goddamn weapon?
No, he purposely does it. I'll explain why in a moment. Okay. So his real...
I like to do surgery the wrong way because it's easy for me.
The real name of his Zanpakuto is called Riiro Kujaku, and that means Azure Peacock. And
it's hella different.
Hides this Zanpakuto because in his squadron, 11, right? Like in his squad in Soul Society, there's like divided into like 13 squads, right? Each with its own different captains and shit.
Yeah.
We forgot to go over that, but hold on.
No, but that's history. We can't do that yet. Go.
Okay, so basically, he has a friend. Like all members of the squad use melee-based Zanpakuto, right? So his is Keto, magical. So if he uses it, he feels like he'll be disrespected by his fellow peers and his best friend.
Magical.
So he purposely uses it so he looks like a physical Zanpakuto.
Magical.
So,
magic.
So
you said magic.
I'm calling it magical because it's got keto. It's a keto base, whatever.
That's cute.
Good. Anyways, so what this true ability does is that it separates into these vines basically, and it basically wraps around you and absorbs like your spiritual power. And when if it sends these powers to like flower buds, and when it blooms, you basically die. OP much?
Stupid much? Are you kidding me? That's what they do. That's what they do.
Yeah. Absorbs their... It wraps around them, absorbs their spirit energy, and when flowers bloom, they die.
What flowers?
There's like buds on the vine.
Oh my god. Huh? Please, somebody, tell me how you got from sickles to vines.
Because he called it by its false name, so yeah, bastardized it.
No, it's just that. How do I explain this? How do I explain how stupid this is? How do I explain how stupid this is? Because somehow, Tite Kubo reached this conclusion. He was like, I'm going to have a weapon that turns into vines that wrap around a guy that have flowers on them. And when the flowers bud, don't explain how they bud.
No, they bloom, dummy.
They bloom.
And the buds bloom into flowers.
When the buds bloom, they die.
Yeah.
And you got this from sickle blades.
Well, he did call it by a bastardized name, so... Because names are important, people. Don't ever forget people's names. They will be pissed at you.
That is the stupidest... As of right now, that is the stupidest way a weapon kills someone I've ever heard in my life. Oh. Ever heard in my life. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Here we go. Next one. Oh, okay. So you remember the woman captain with like the braids, like going down like the middle? She's like
the physically impossible braids.
Which one?
Just a really stupid one.
Like the one that converges into one braid down the middle.
Tite Kubo has a problem with style, by the way.
The healer. The healer captain. Remember her?
Yeah.
Hers is called Minazuki. And basically it's something like this manakite. Or what's it called? Like those...
Malachite?
No.
Manakite? What?
It looks like this. Here, let me show you. Minazuki Shika. Looks like that.
What am I looking at?
Don't know. Summons that, and basically it eats up like people and heals them with its digestive juices, then spits it back out.
How do you reach these conclusions, man? How? You cannot look at your friends, talk about this episode, look at them and seriously look at them in the face and say, you cannot look at them. You cannot look at them and say, I thought that summering a giant one-eyed flying monster that looks like a whale that also excretes its digestive juices to heal people, I thought that was really cool. You can't do that. You can't do that, and I dare you to. I dare you to.
No. You're gonna freak out next.
No. Spoken too soon. Again.
You know how I can describe this bunkai?
How?
Mindfuck.
Oh no. I hate those.
And not the good kind. Not like mind blown.
What does it do?
Mindfuck.
What does it do?
Well, mind you, she died by Kenpachi before it's all fully revealed, so this is how much we know.
What is it?
It does this.
What is that? What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
Exactly.
What does it do?
Drenches it in blood.
Drenches what in blood?
Blade.
What
blood?
But
just
what does it do?
Blood
just
floods the area, and like I don't know, like literally, like she just says bankai, and like blood just starts excreting from her blade. Next shot, like they're like both her and Kenpachi like turning to skeletons, like they're corroding, their skin's corroding away. Next panel, they're both to have like their skins back, and then like I don't know.
Hey, that looks kind of cool, but I don't know what I'm looking at. So one time you show me something that's even remotely cool, I really don't know what I'm looking at.
Look at this. Like,
huh?
This, like, it's just like her bankai is just like corroding their skin away. And then like the next panels, like they're fine.
Why?
Like, let me try to look it up. Like, I don't know how to
No, let's not.
No, let's, because she dies. She dies. You don't know any more about her bankai. She dies. She offers no explanation for what it does. It just floods the area with blood, and their skin starts corroding away. And then, like...
Oh my god.
Like, literally, like, this is all in one chapter. I'm just like, blood, bankai, okay. And the explanation, and she dies.
If you've been following up to this point, it's now 57 minutes and 35 seconds. Do you understand why this is just dumb? We've just gone over, I don't know how many powers, all of which are completely unrelated to one another. Sometimes within their own weapons.
Yeah.
We've just gotten literally the ones we just went over.
Healing digestive monster to flooding the area with blood and just corroding their skin away. And then the next panel, they're fine.
I don't even think we should go over all of them, honestly. I think we should just stop at some of the stupider ones.
Sure.
Like the Arankar ones.
The what? Oh, the Arankar. No, that's going to be its own Resurrection. That's its own. Now, okay. Let's just do like the stupid ones then. We're not going to have time to go through all. We were planning to go through all of them.
That would have taken this anymore.
That would have taken like 4 hours or something.
It's getting old, and I'm recycling my own, like, again, I'm sounding like a broken record.
Here's a stupid one.
Said that a lot.
Okay, do you remember the blind captain?
No.
One of like the other guy that went with Aizen, not Gene. That captain.
No. Sorry. No, I don't.
Okay, there was two captains that went with Aizen, right?
Yeah.
One was Gene, the other one was blind captain.
You need to pull it up. Sorry. I actually don't remember this. This is so ridiculous.
No, it's Tolson. Oh, that's him.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, he looks stupid. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so Shikai has 2 abilities with 2 commands.
What?
Like, normally you have to say 1 release command, he has 2. So, the first one is that it screeches really loud and, like, busts your eardrums and you faint. The other one, like, it causes energy spikes to come out and, like, stab you. Like, a lot. Like a shit ton.
What?
Yeah.
How does he come up with this?
His bankai is that it surrounds you like this area that like it nullifies all of your senses except for touch. So you can't see, you can't hear, you can't smell, you can't taste. You can feel, though.
And then the other option is
That's it.
spikes.
No, that's a Shikai. Shikai, you screech, and then you create energy spikes, and then the Bankai surrounds you in this area where all your senses are nullified.
Senses, by the way, that these souls are using.
Yeah.
They're not alive.
We'll get into that later.
There's Bankai. What is it?
I told you. I just told you.
Oh, that's it?
The sense nullifying, yeah. That's his Bankai. Suzumu, Shi, Sui, Shiki, Enma, Koro. What the fuck? Why is that so?
Oh! No, you know what we should end the Zanpakutos on?
Which one? Rukias?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And not right now, though.
Wait, what?
Not right now.
What do you mean?
There's a few more that's stupid.
Okay, go.
Kanten Kyokotsu. It's the guy with the flower cape, Captain. Remember him?
No.
Has 2 swords. Shansui.
No, I'm sorry. I'm out of it. But maybe that was for the best, because this is all of this income. That's his uniform.
Well, he chooses to be like that. He's kind of flamboyant.
No, I don't know this guy.
Okay, whatever. His
Okay.
Zanpakuto is Kanten Kyokotsu, with the longest release command I have ever seen. That's command release.
Flower Wind Rage and Flower God Roar, Heavenly Wind Rage and Heavenly Demon Sneer.
Kanten Kyokotsu.
That did not rhyme. That was just really hard to say.
And he has to memorize that to even access his Shikai. If he doesn't say that correctly, it doesn't work.
So if he, like, on accident,
He
he's
bites his tongue.
like Flower Wind Rage and Flower God Roar.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Or Flower Wind Rage and Flower God Roar, Heavenly Wind Rage and Heavenly Demon Snore. What if you like screw it up, because this works in like a meter? It flows like a meter, like almost sing-songy. What if you screw it up?
You don't get your full power.
Or your sword gets mad at you.
No. Oh.
Oh, I offended my sword.
Okay, anyways. So, what it does is that it creates an aura around the environment, and you're forced to play games for the Zanpakuto. So,
Ira would love this shit.
So basically what happens is, if you win the game, you get the advantage. If you lose, then you have the disadvantage. So for example, like, it has like several games it plays, right? Like this one called Taka Oni, Hawk Demon, or Air Demon. What it does is that whoever is higher up has more power.
Wait, higher up?
The higher you are,
the higher is it tall?
No, like as in like the more higher you are in height, as in like not tall, like because they can fly. Remember, the higher they go, like so. For example, this guy right here.
Oh
right?
my god!
And this guy right here. This guy will have more power than this guy.
You're not serious. This is for real.
Yeah. And then there's one where like you can step into the shadows and like teleport to your opponent's shadow. Called Kage Oni.
And then you probably kill the guy because you got sick of playing his games.
And then whoever goes to the game wins. And then there's one where
loses. What the hell happens to them? What
they die. And basically, like the guy, like there's one called Ito Oni, which means colorful demon. And basically, you shout out the color of the color that you want to cut on your opponent. And if like the opponent has that color on them and you slash it, it does more damage.
I'm gonna play a children's card game. What happens if you lose? You die. That's this, you guys. And don't think you're original. Yu-Gi-Oh did it. And when I have to cite Yu-Gi-Oh, a story in which people play card games and they die if they lose.
It's a little hard
and that sounds cooler.
It's a little hard to
screw you.
You haven't seen the manga, so it's a little hard to imagine. But everything looks the same.
Actually, no, it's not that hard to imagine because they did something like this in Yu Yu Hakusho. They did something like this when they were chasing after some guy who was hiring demons or people, whatever. There's this one kid called the Game Master. They went up against it. I forget what his name was.
Okay.
They did it again.
It's not he calls it a game, but it's not like they teleport to a different dimension. Everything's the same. It's just that certain new effects come out, but none of them are related. It's just that whoever adheres to the Zanpakuto, it's like rules, you get more power and get the advantage. So, for example, if like you say Iro Oni in like a colorful demon, and you shout out black, right? Then you have black on you. But I have black too.
What?
But I have black too. So it increases the damage by like 4 times or something. Because like he said he said gray and like cut like this guy's sleeve with gray, right? And it lopped off his arm.
What?
Like it almost lopped off his arm. So like it was like a shallow cut, but like it almost lopped off his arm. Like that's.
Oh my god! How do we reach this conclusion?
As Bankai is not yet revealed, I'm assuming in the upcoming chapter it's gonna brainfuck us more.
We'll just add to this. Alright.
Yeah, that one's alright.
Alright.
Here's mine you might think it's stupid. This one is basically like this. You remember like the dude with the blonde weird little strand of hair, emo,
No.
like the really depressing looking one.
Sorry.
Okay.
No.
Well, his is called Wabisuke, and it turns like this little hook thing, right?
Oh yeah. That's
Every
the
time-
dumbest thing.
If he hits you, like whatever he touches, his weight's doubled. And then if you hit it again, it's doubled again. And you hit it again, it's doubled again. You know where I'm going with this.
How do you? God, how does he reach these conclusions? How does he come up with this stuff?
It's so random.
These things are all completely and utterly unrelated with one another. This is, you know what? This is. I gotta say it now because
It's all magic. It's basically magic swords.
it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, actually, it's a comparison.
It's Dungeons and Dragons. That is the only way I could possibly explain why all of these things would be together in one place. Or why they would even come to this conclusion that these things would equal this stupid stuff. Like, you come up with this stuff. What is your normal power? Oh, it's I don't know, freaking electricity. I don't know. Well, when you get leveled up, you get more and more and more. Eventually, I guess you're a trickster mage or something. Maybe you develop a way to like you confront a guy, and one option to like defeat them is you play a game. Only something this ridiculous could happen in Dungeons and Dragons, where your options would be as far as like killing a guy.
Okay, we have to move on because we're already like an hour and almost 10 minutes in. We were not even done with Zanpakutos. This is going to be our longest video because this is what's up like the biggest grievances and the most material. Here we go.
This is so dumb. Alright, so what
Actually,
are you doing next?
Science guy.
Wait, which science guy? There are 2 science guys.
Captain.
I don't even know the fucker's name.
Mayuri, I believe. The guy with like the clown, the paint makeup on his face, black and white. Ashisogi Jizo. Apparently, it turns out like this little trident, almost like a. It's not like an actual staff, but like his sword becomes like trident-like. He still has like this, like the pommel and everything, and it excretes poison.
It what?
It
It excretes poison.
like it has poison in the blade, or something like that.
But we never see this poison.
Well, we see its effects.
This is where I stopped reading the entire series.
Yeah,
When this guy came up against with the Arankar
scientist.
scientist.
The
The
other
scientist against scientist.
Yes, of course. Mad
In
scientist.
the spirit world with ghosts. You have brought biology and science into the spirit world. They defeat. Let's go. Let's go with the Arankar sign. Okay, is that everything? Because I want to save this for when I have all of the information. Because I don't have all of the information. Is that everything we can discuss about the scientist guy?
Which one?
Scientist guy, the
Captain.
Captain.
He has a bankai.
What's the Bankai?
Konjiki Ashisogi Jizo.
What does that do?
Remember the huge caterpillar thing?
Oh my god.
Let me pull it up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That thing?
Oh my. No, why?
That's his Bankai.
Okay, in Naruto, the guy could summon a giant toad. Freaking Sakura can summon a giant slug.
Yes, that's what was.
This guy just summoned a giant baby.
Caterpillar. Buddha. Thing.
You think this is cool? You think a giant baby getting summoned is cool?
With Caterpillar.
From, may I remind you, a clown scientist in the spirit world. This has just happened. A giant baby...
You're gonna deafen the viewers.
giant baby of death has just been summoned by a clown scientist that is in the spirit world, and what can this baby do?
It can summon blades from its guts. Oh, where's that coming from?
What can it do?
And it basically breathes like this cloud of poison, and if you breathe it in, it paralyzes you.
Okay, we have just summoned a giant baby of death that can spew out poisonous fumes from a clown scientist ghost to kill people. Correction, not people, one person, because they only ever fight one another. One-on-one. Just saying.
Well, with exceptions. Most of the time, the final conclusion to a fight is most likely one-on-one.
Can you see where we're getting at? You can't look at me and say this is cool. And we haven't even gone over his counterpart, Espada, which is stupider.
Espada Resurrections are the stupidest things. And we're still going on this in the video. It's going to be a long
Yeah, so strap in.
We apologize.
And we haven't even technically finished the Zanpakutos yet.
Ooh. Here's a good one.
Okay, go.
This is the most OP Zanpakuto. It's a game. It's Chekhov's knife.
Oh yeah, for those of you back there in the peanut gallery. Well, you and I, we made up these. Well, should we explain?
I'll say it. Kyoka Sugetsu. Aizen. Zanpakuto.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I need to pause you. I need to explain the Chekhovs we made up, because you know the term. There is a term in writing called Chekhov's gun, where you introduce a weapon or you introduce just an element of a story. You introduce it, and it could have significance later on in the plot. Say it's a weapon. It's something that
like a
can
doomsday
be
device,
used, or a doomsday device that should be important later, but never appears again. Chekhov's gun is when you introduce a gun in the first act that should be fired by it should be used, picked up, or fired by the end. Because if it hasn't been, then it's superfluous. It's stupid. It's a giant waste of time, and it just shouldn't be there if it's never used, or if it's used once, then you never see it again. We made up something else.
That's about Bankai,
and that is Chekhov's gun. What we made up.
That was a little premature, but
what?
Like you saying this, honestly, just keep going on.
Why?
Because that's about his Bankai. We never see his Bankai.
Oh yeah. So we made up something called.
We called it Chekhov's gun. Because he never uses his Bankai.
No, I made it up. I called it Chekhov's Death Star. Because it's when you have an end game. You have the Doomsday button in your palm. And you have every inclination and reason and capability to press that button and end the game completely. But through a series of unfortunate events and occurrences, or if you just don't feel like it, it is never used. You have every reason you could possibly have as a character to use it.
Never uses Bankai.
You never use it.
And
that is Chekhov's Death Star.
And Shikai. This is better than Bankai.
And this is Aizen's, right?
Yeah, this is Aizen's. His Shikai is like... His Shikai is game-breaking. His Shikai, not his Bankai, his Shikai.
What is it?
Is game-breaking. He completely manipulates your five senses. You can't fight it. Even if you're aware of its effects on you, you can't fight it. He uses it once, you see it, and after that, you're under his complete control.
And he loses.
Yeah. And you know what? Against Ichigo, he never even he could have just been like, oh, okay, shatter, Kyoko Sugetsu. Oh, okay, now you're under my control. Now go kill yourself. Okay. No, he just kind of fights him. Yeah, he just kind of brute forces Ichigo.
Has every reason to use an endgame. He doesn't.
And that was a Shikai, not his Bankai. We don't even know what the fuck his Bankai
And that's
does.
not even the most powerful thing at his disposal.
Yeah.
It's not.
Game Breaker and not even this. It's like this isn't even my final form yet.
This isn't even my final form yet.
Anyways, next.
So his Bankai has never been revealed. This is his Shikai.
Game breaking.
We have no reason to keep this man alive. There's no reason to keep this guy alive if you have the chance. I can't go. I'm trying to find words to describe this. Anyway, keep going.
Ooh, okay. So,
no.
Here's another one. This is just fucking ridiculous. The Captain Commanders, Yamamoto.
Oh, yes.
Ryujin Jaka.
Oh, yes. I love this one. Because it's not exactly the weirdest as much as it is the stupidest and most grandest waste of time and writing ever.
So, okay, his Shikai is okay. His Shikai... Oh, Shikai.
What's his Shikai?
He generates like a fucking shit ton of flames that he manipulates.
Which is...
And floods the area with fire. That's his Shikai.
Again, Chekhov's Death Star.
No.
You have every reason to use it.
No. He uses it a lot.
He does?
Yeah, he uses
okay, I stand corrected then.
He uses it in every encounter where he fights.
I'm wrong then.
But his Bankai, he never felt the need to use it against Aizen.
Say it.
Zankan no Tachi. Wow, it doesn't even sound like a Shikai.
No.
It's not even an extension, it's just... You went from Ryujin Jaka to Zankan no Tachi. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, basically, like, his sword becomes, like, this old, burnt, like, crisp. And basically, like, he stores all that flooding flames into this single blade. And literally, like, he concentrates his flame so much along the blade of his sword, it literally disintegrates anything it touches. Like, not
really?
It's not even burned. It just disintegrates into nothing. And again, for more ands.
Oh yeah.
And it turns his body as hot as the sun.
Oh, you did not tell me that. You didn't tell me that.
He gets a fire armor where it's not like kind of invisible, but his body becomes as hot as the sun.
You didn't tell me this.
No, I did.
You told me the last part, which is Jesus.
And sorry, I forgot. And the third ability is that he can raise the dead by pyromancy.
Pyronecromancy.
Yeah.
This just happened. He plunges his sword into the ground and it is so fucking hot. It actually reanimates fuckers.
It reanimates their skeletons.
It reanimates people. It's so... How do you come to this... You don't. I can't describe this in any other creative way. I can't. And how many levels of stupid this is. It's just amazing. He resurrects people with fire from his blade. His fire apparently contains God.
And he loses.
And he loses. And he doesn't even lose. Not only does he lose, he dies. Chekhov's Death Star. This. Every reason to win and survive and defeat your enemy. Doesn't work.
And his fourth ability is that he does a single slash, and the flames are literally so huge and invisible that anything like this big is just nothing.
What?
Yeah.
His flames are invisible?
Well, he just slashes, and like this guy's torso is just gone.
Okay, flames do not work like that.
No, they don't. That's heat.
Flames don't work like that.
That's not
heat. Works like
it's fire.
The guy would be burning. You would see his like skin like charring, turning black, and coming off his skin if it was fire. This is heat. I would buy this if it was heat. Guess what? It's not heat. It's not heat.
It specifically says fire.
It's fire. Are you?
I'm not gonna lie. After he revived the dead with pyronecromancy, that's a new thing apparently. I was half expecting him to cure cancer and feed the starving with his fourth ability.
And the third one will just. You know what? When Axe Cop has more believable superpowers, he sets the world on fire and only kills the bad guys. And he's done this more than 2 times throughout the whole publication. When Axe Cop's powers make more sense than your powers, you have failed as a writer. Period. You have lost the game as a writer, and you should just stop. Axe Cop has made more sense than you. Your story that is actually a serious drama of the afterlife and good versus evil. Axe Cop has more literary merit than you do.
That's no need to go over that. Ooh, that's for finale.
What?
Let me see if there's anything real stupid.
Please tell me there isn't.
Senbozakura was pretty cool, actually.
I don't want to know it.
Yakuya's is cool.
Oh wait, no! Talk about Yakuya's. Because it's one of the cooler ones.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Basically,
they're not all of the powers are bad.
Basically, his blade just kind of shatters into tiny little bits that he uses to swarm his enemy and shred them to pieces.
Yakuya, yes?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And it
go through all of his powers, though.
And then he goes with... Actually, it can get stupid. Are you sure?
But they're not that awful.
Okay.
They're not too
bad. Then when he uses Bankai, it creates rows, thousands of rows of blades all along the sides. This guy looks like a bad
This
motherfucker.
is famous, by the way. Anyone who has watched it and does like it will always point to this, and you should. This is a good example of the powers. They're really cool. You see the rows and rows of swords, and you just immediately lose control of your glandular functions, and you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
2 rows of swords,
dead,
and they all scatter. It's because
you see the rows, and then
it's just like a flood of these tiny shrapnels. And you can control this hand, and you can use it to simultaneously defend and attack, and just swarm from all directions.
See, this is one of the powers, and this is why we round back to why our grievances with this, because all of his abilities revolve around one theme: blades.
Shrapnel, actually.
Well,
tiny shrapnel.
The sharpness, yes, but it revolves around shrapnel.
And it makes sense.
It revolves around a theme. Every exponential power-up revolves around the theme of blades. Sharpness, shrapnel.
I'm sorry. If you have
Flechette.
For Bankai, honestly, it should have kept it simple. It should have just been it should have been an exponential power skill of the same theme.
Yes.
As stupid as Hitsuga, Toshiro, the white kid, right kid's stupid powers is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's stupid, but it still makes sense.
Yeah, because it exponentially gets more powerful with ice.
Back to this guy.
Yes.
So he can manipulate these shrapnels into different effects. It's pretty freaking awesome.
I like it.
Now, when he combines his blood with the shrapnel, right? He sacrifices some blood. Instead of he creates concentrate these shrapnels into sword forms again, and creates a cage of swords.
Yes, that famous scene. Everyone knows it. You know it if you're watching it.
Yes, it creates a cage of swords. And basically, he can't use them all at once, but he can mentally control most of them, right?
Yes.
And it explosively augments his power. Basically, his cutting power just boom. It's insane.
Because it revolves around a theme. When you see a power, you ask, how can you use this power in a very cool way? How can he use blades in a cool way? Okay, his first form, he uses blades a lot. He's good at using swords. Okay, next form, he uses blades even better. Next form, he gets even more blades. Next form, he controls all of his blades. Next form, brilliant.
Mind you, these aren't different. These are just variations of his Bankai.
Yes.
These aren't actually Bankai, then Bankai number 2, Bankai number 3. No, he's
he's using it creatively. That's all. Yeah. That's all he does.
And the next one it's just actually tacticalness. What he does in this one is that he just uses all of his blades to create a spear. Just a spear of just all the blades and just implodes on you.
You know what's a cool example of it? You know what? And I love this because it's very hard to do this kind of a power wrong. Anyone, if you haven't seen Bankai, you know what? You know what's another good example of like this kind of power? You control weapons like telekinesis in a weird way, where you control a bunch of different blades in one place. Is Penny from Ruby? She manipulates blades too.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And that wasn't even like a storm of blades. That was just 7. It's just, it's so cool. You just fanboy over it because it's so cool.
Okay, and then
it's hard to do this wrong, and they did it right in a way.
The last one was kind of stupid.
What is the last one?
Basically, it concentrates all of his shrapnels into one single blade. So it's basically an upgraded version of like the Cage of Swords, and it turns white, and then and he gets wings, and yeah.
That's a bad way to end that one, but that's not bad. It's not awful, and it's the most memorable one.
No, to go with something so stupid.
What? What one?
The stealth captain.
What's a stealth captain?
Sting while enemies to death. The sting.
Okay, you go.
Suzumebachi.
I don't know this one. Alright, if you have told me, I don't remember.
Okay, so Shikai is Suzumebachi, and she stabs you first and creates a butterfly tattoo on you. Yes, there's a butterfly tattoo. Creates a mark in the form of a butterfly. If she stabs it again, you die. Unless your spiritual pressure is just so powerful it negates it. Because Soifan, the captain of the Zanpakuto, she did it on Aizen. She was like, Toom Toom, stabbed him twice. And he was like, actually that doesn't work because I had more spiritual pressure than you.
It doesn't work on me because I'm betterer. You thought your power was best. I'm besterer.
Yeah. We just went there.
Okay. This is reaching like an hour and 30 minutes, so I think we need to reach a point eventually because we're gonna have to run out of time. So I think we should probably go through the next couple of ones.
Okay. Yeah, the stupidest ones then. Okay. Her Bankai is a bazooka.
Oh God! Yes, you told me about this. Screw you, Tite Kubo, if you're watching this. Screw you! Anyone who thinks this is cool, leave now. This is dumb.
You just went from a ninja-like Zanpakuto to a fucking bazooka.
So disapprove of that, like on just so many levels.
You're like a Zanpakuto is supposed to reflect the nature of your personality, right? She's a ninja. She operates on stealth and speed.
Let's give her a bazooka. God, she needs a bazooka. If we don't give her a bazooka, this series will just go down the shitter. I don't know. I went a lot longer on that one yesterday, and I probably should have saved it up. But it's not much I can say beyond the fact that it just abuses the character of a ninja.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous.
2 more.
But, alright. But, the grand finale of Betrayal
2 more.
is coming up.
Yeah, soon.
Go.
First off, Hiyorimaru. That's the Toshido, the kid captain.
Oh, good. Oh, he's a white-haired kid.
Yeah.
This guy sucks.
The Shikai is Hiyorimaru, and it makes an ice dragon.
And you'd think that would be cool. You'd think that'd be cool.
It's pretty cool at first. It's pretty cool.
Fails miserably.
And then he uses Bankai. Daiguren Hiyorimaru, that's his Bankai. He gets ice wings and can create more ice.
And if you're wondering, like, he just described, like, getting on armor and stuff, but you're probably scratching your head wondering, but what does it actually give him? Nothing. It gives him nothing except ice wings
and more ice.
Like
he even explains it. He says that his Shikai and Bankai ice is no different. It's just quantity.
So what contains ice? I mean, what the fuck? How does he get more ice?
Freezes the moisture more.
And not only does this not help him at all whatsoever, he has 3 stars. 1, 2, 3. No, like 1, 2, 3 above his shoulders that gradually crumble and fall away, that give away how much time he has left to be in his Bankai form. His Bankai is so stupid that it hates him.
Wait. I have to wonder, what if you shatter those stars?
Oh my god, you're serious.
Like, what if?
Wait, if you break them?
I don't know.
Oh, it never happened. Okay.
But think about it. You would think, right? If you was, oh yeah, those stars are slowly crumbling away. Once
To the shooting gallery.
Huh.
Shoot the star above the guy's head.
What happens if you...
I mean, let's use the ninja chick's bazooka.
Yeah. Okay, and also he can manipulate the weather.
Lame.
He creates like...
Lame.
He can create like an ice storm.
He's in the same group as Storm from X-Men, where they think that she thinks she's
only
useful.
ice, not lightning.
Yeah.
Anyways,
oh god.
The grand finale, Rukia. Let's go over.
No.
Let's go.
No.
Yes. We have
no.
to. Yes. Shikai.
I have to explain.
No. Shikai
I have
first.
to explain.
Shikai first. You can save it.
Okay.
Shikai.
And
so,
only say your Shikai. Go.
Shikai is Soden no Shirayuki. It creates. No, I'm sorry. What it actually does is, at first, it appears as if she can like use ice in different dances, but no, her true ability, random power up, is that her entire body becomes absolute zero. Okay.
Okay. No. I have to butt in now, because this is.
Wait, no, I have to explain how it works though.
Okay.
But like, so even her opponent was like, "You can't do that. If you freeze your body, then you won't be able to survive." Oh, but yes, but you see, I'm technically dead, but I'm dead. I'm like double dead. So, and when I'm dead, I can control my reishi, so I can still move. Mind you, her nerves still work.
Okay.
So she's frozen solid, can't move, but her nerves still work.
Okay, I have to speak now.
Go for it.
Because this just perfectly encapsulates literally everything that I hate with a fiery fucking passion about this stupid franchise, okay? And we're gonna go more in depth into this. I honestly wanted to save this to the very end, but since we're talking about it, I've just gotta say it.
Go for it.
To say it. They bring in science into the spirit world. They bring in biology into the spirit world. They bring in chemistry into the spirit world. They bring in physics to the spirit world.
Genetics.
Literally, all of these things are in this power she just used.
So basically,
biology, her cells are frozen shut, and that's why it screws her over. Physics and chemistry, the fact that she is frozen and can't move. Oh my god. It's just so stupid. Physics, the fact that she just froze to zero.
And spirits can give birth.
Oh yes. But that's another thing. No, that's another thing. We can't go into that one yet, because that's something else. That's going to be in characters. We can't do that yet. Okay. I want to go into that, and we will go into that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention.
That's why I wanted to save this for later.
Backtracking a little bit, do you remember the science guy, the clown guy? Remember, he has a drug.
And that was the exact point when I stopped reading this whole thing.
A drug?
I was so completely infuriated with this that I just stopped.
A drug that slows down your sense of time. So that would mean like hormones. That would mean like your hormones and
the destruction
chemicals in a spirit body. Chemicals in a spirit body.
And the hijacking of the nervous system to make you think that all of this is going
in the spirit world.
Oh my god. You know what this is? Any of you who have watched Dread, this is slow-mo. Bleach has slow-mo. You'll know what I'm talking about. He doesn't. He hasn't seen Dread yet, but
I'm culturally stunted.
You out there who have seen this, this fucker just made slow-mo. He brought chemistry into the spirit world.
So isn't it? So they're basically humans. Is this another human world? Because having the afterlife is just human worlds.
Why do they keep pretending? And then
they
can give birth.
That's in characters.
And that's in characters. And I want to go into that so badly, but we are 1 hour and 34 minutes in, and we have to keep going.
But here's the finale for Zanpakutos. You haven't. For those of you who doesn't know,
please X out right now if you don't know. right now because I'm gonna go on right now. I have to say this. Rukia was probably one of my favorite characters. I think she was. Even when I did skip, when I got to that park, Rukia was very much like a mentor character to Ichigo, and she was still very much human. She still had a great personality. She was the weakest one of them all. Even when Ichigo was like still a greenhorn, she was still a bit inferior to him, and it might have bothered her, but she put that to the wayside because strength was never something that she needed. Strength was never something that she required to defeat people. I mean, she used the stupid, what are they called? Start to the K? The stupid spells?
Keto?
She used the stupid ketos. But, I mean, she defeats her enemy.
Beat the espada.
She defeats it through cunning, and she only ever went as far as a Shikai. She only ever went that far. And I always respected her a lot for that because she would get hurt. She would get seriously hurt, but
dead.
She got
impaled on like a trident.
Yeah, she would have a proportional win-loss ratio throughout the whole thing.
And then she got Bankai.
When you told me this, I was depressed the whole day. He can vouch for me. He knows that. I was depressed.
Literally, within days. No training device. No shortcuts. Out of the blue. No. You know how she got Bankai? Because Byakuya believed in her. I believe in you, Rukia. Okay. Bankai. Haka no Togame.
What does it do?
Flash freezes the area. That's what I got from it so far.
Oh my god. It's not even cool.
And she freezes herself along with it.
Any of you who have watched Spoonie, who have watched Ultima...
Here we go.
Oh my god.
She freezes the area and she gets that robe.
She looks cool though. I'm not gonna lie. She does look kind of cool. Because like I said, I like her character. Anything they do with her, I honestly think is neat because she's a good character. She is proportionally weak, but she is also proportionally strong.
Until she got Bankai.
I just abuse her.
She just flash freezes the area. That's the best way I can put it.
Okay, any of you out there who have watched Spoonie, who have watched Ultima 9, One After Pagan, 9. If you've watched both of the videos that he had, and you watched it to the end, you know that Spoonie felt that he was really emotionally attached to this one character named Dupree, who helped the Avatar throughout most of the games. And in one of the games, he sacrificed himself, and he was very emotionally invested in it. And it was one of the saddest points it's one of the saddest moments in gaming he ever had. He says this in Ultima 9. As a reward for defeating the main villain, he gets brought back. That is this. I can take the stupidity. I can take all of it. I can take the fact that there is a drug in the spirit world. But when you betray a character this good, this developed, this strong,
you're gonna definitely
this strong, and you give her powers like this, Bankai, and it's been long established that she never needed a Bankai to win. You have betrayed your own story, and you should not write anymore.
It's like if Batman got superpowers.
It's wrong. It's
fucking
wrong.
Batman never needed superpowers. He never will. Never. He doesn't need superpowers.
If you think this is cool, you obviously don't care about that character if you think it's cool that she got a Bankai. You know what's cooler? The fact that she holds her own against these impossibly powerful enemies when everyone else
has a Bankai.
Everyone else needs a Bankai to kill. She doesn't. She just needs her Shikai.
Literally on the verge of death. She was impaled on this trident, right? And she has nothing left. She only had one ace left, right? Her
was a Shikai.
Her Shikai was broken. Like, she had no hope. He stabbed her through, like, the stomach, and she was gonna die right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what she does? She reforges her sword with ice through the guy's brain.
Ooh.
Yeah. She reforged her sword in ice through the guy's brain and just slashes up and ends the fight. And ends in a double KO.
And he told me this. He told me that there are some people out there on forums who think that some of this stuff is stupid, and they say this. He say, we know that's stupid, but we're here for the bankais.
No, we're here for like the cool stuff.
Say it.
We're here for the cool stuff. The flashy effects.
You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. You know why? Because Rukia never needed a bankai. Never needed a bankai.
Like we said before.
She was stronger than all of them the whole time.
Like I said before, we are pissed off because the series had so much potential, and there it was. Your prime example. Full of potential. Wasted.
Rukia, one of the strongest female characters in any shonen. Gone.
Because she has a bankai.
Because every character has to have a bankai.
Has to. Next thing you know, they're gonna have an army of bankais. Every single normal Shinigami is gonna have a bankai now, all different effects.
I will never have respect for this series again. I'm sorry. That really bothered me because you completely destroyed your own character, and that is amazing if you can do that.
And
I can't go on anymore. It's just it's too much. I can't.
You don't want to go to Rex's Rexions now? End of here? We're gonna have a Powers video part 2?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
We'll do it in
another an hour 40 minutes. This was longer than we expected.
God. Alright, so we're gonna try and make another video soon. We'll try and make a part 2 about
it. I was actually gonna skip Quincy Powers because I wasn't as informed. But now that this happens, I can now include Quincy's and finish up the rest of the Powers in the second video. Because this has gone on for a long time. Zanpakuto, there's so many Zanpakutos, it just
needed to be its own exclusive video, and just that part with Rukia. You cannot call this good writing. You can't. I don't care who you are. Alright, we'll try and get another one done soon, but for now, just stay tuned.